What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? After the Charlie Kirk murder and the murder of the young woman from Ukraine on the bus here, I made quite a few changes to my EDC, and I was very hesitant to make this video. I actually talked to a few friends who encouraged me to do it because I hate to be perceived as, you know, clickbait. I try hard never to do that, or riding the wave of anger in society for views. But they said, look, you make a lot of good suggestions and you're very likely going to help some people. And if that's your approach and your thought, then absolutely do it, because I could be helping, and hopefully I'm going to help you, you know, either be more prepared or protect yourself, protect your family, protect your loved ones, protect your dogs, protect your kids, whatever. So the goal of this video is I'm going to talk about what changed firearm related for me, what changed medical. We're going to talk about some training stuff, EDC, a lot of EDC related stuff, and hopefully I can help you out. So there's a link in the video description that will bring you over to my website. And everything we're going to talk about, there'll be a link there on my website. Sorry you have to make the extra click, but that's the way it is with pew-pew related stuff in YouTube. So link in the video description brings you over to my website, and a link for everything will be right there. All right. Number one is pretty obvious. Carry your damn firearm every single day, every minute of every day. Now, like when I'm here working from home, I don't have it on my body, I have it on my desk, but have your firearm on you every minute of every day. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. A couple months ago, back in April, I lost my dad. My dad passed away, and I went from carrying a firearm every single second of every single day to 50-50 carrying it. I just haven't cared, and I haven't wanted to, and I'd leave the house and be like, you know something, I was hurting, and I haven't been carrying my gun every single day, especially if I'm just farting around town. If I was leaving town, different story. So when I saw those things happen, I said to myself, okay, I need to recommit to myself to carrying my gun every single minute of every single day. All the things we have now, there's no excuse for you not to carry your gun. So in the summertime, I wear these short athletic shorts, and no belt, so it's a little harder to carry. So what I do is either carry in a sling bag. This is 945 Industries. Discount code is Tiberius. I love that sling bag, wear it all the time. The one I'm testing right now is Mission Fresh Tactical. Discount code for MFT is TG20. Another great bag that's a lot less expensive if you want something less expensive. What I use the most often is the Neo Mag beltless with the bat strap. So the point I'm making, no discount code here guys, sorry, but this is the best way to carry when you're not wearing a belt. I wear it every morning when I go on my walks, and I say all that just to say that there's no excuses. Find a way, make it happen. There's lots of good accessories out there. Anyway, I've also started carrying a larger firearm. For a long time, I would either carry my 365, my SIG, or my Glock 43X. Now I switched to an X Macro, something a little bit bigger, a little bit more capacity, and again, no excuse. Also the same thing with the gym. For a while I wasn't carrying at the gym. I just made excuse because it is a pain in the butt at the gym, and no more excuses. The most important thing with this, whether you're a new old gun owner or experienced, is get the training you need to be able to handle a situation like that or any other bad situation out there. Enough about that. I also upgraded and started carrying more accessories like I used to carry. Spare magazine being number one. If you like these sidecar things and you want to carry a spare magazine in a sidecar, go for it. I'd never loved the sidecar. What I prefer, excuse me again, is the Neo Mag spare magazine carrier. It's not going to work in athletic shorts like this, but if you have regular shorts or jeans or whatever, tactical pants on, something that works fine. It clips in your pocket. Most people think it's a pocket knife, and it's magnetic, sticks to the magazine. Great way to carry a spare magazine, and nobody will think it's a mag. Most people think it's a knife. So I started carrying a spare magazine. It's unlikely you're gonna need a spare magazine, I know that, but again, I'm trying to be more prepared. I kind of slacked on carrying things like flashlights as well. Tons of good flashlights out there. We could go and do a dedicated video just on this. I've reviewed hundreds of flashlights. This is a Nightcore EDC 37 8,000 lumen monster. Ridiculous. I just released a review on that. This is the Streamlight Wedge XT. I've been using this a lot lately because it's very small and light. And again, in those athletic shorts, I can still hook on in those athletic shorts and be good to go. Oh, another thing I didn't mention is these bags that I mentioned earlier, these sling bags. Not only can you put a firearm in here, you can easily put other EDC gear like your spare mag or your flashlight or whatever else. Another low-hanging fruit one is going to be knives. I stopped carrying a pocket knife every day. I don't know why, but again, I'm making a point to do that. Super easy if you're wearing jeans or tactical pants or even regular shorts. A little bit harder when I'm wearing short shorts like this, but bag is a great way to do it. Now, third, I went through all of the optics I carry. I went through all of the pistol lights I carry, and then all of the lights and optics on my rifles. Pretty much any firearm that I use for self-defense, home defense, carry, anything like that, I went through and double checked all the batteries. Now, what I typically do is replace them on my birthday. My dad passed away a day before my birthday, so I didn't do it this year, and I realized and I remembered that none of the batteries were dead, which is good, but I went through and I ordered a big pack of batteries on Amazon. I went through and replaced a whole bunch of them this year. So when's the last time you replaced your batteries and your optics and your lights and whatever other self-defense tools you need that take batteries? Make sure you pick a day, whether it's your birthday or New Year's Day or whatever, pick a day. And I recommend once a year going through, replacing those batteries. Make sure that equipment is ready to go. God forbid you get a bump in the night or something and you go and your weapon light's dead. That must be the worst feeling ever. By the way, did I mention training? If you're gonna carry a gun in home defense and self-defense and CCW and all that stuff, you need to get some training so you know what you're doing. Number 4 on the list is EDC medical. So back in the day, I used to carry something like this you see on the screen. It's an ankle med kit. It was great. It had space for a couple tourniquets, some quick clot, and I forgot what else I kept in there. And it was great to keep medical on me, but it was big, it was heavy, it was a pain. Obviously, it didn't work with shorts. Now that I work from home, it's just not ideal for me. So for a long time, I would just put a SWAT tourniquet in my back pocket. Now, cat tourniquets are better. I like cat tourniquets a lot more. If I had to pick one, cat's the way to go. The cat is very, very difficult to carry. For a while, I carried the rat's tourniquet until I realized how awful it was and how ineffective it was. So for a very long time, and you can see how beat down this package is, I would just throw a SWAT tourniquet in my back pocket, and it was good enough for me. You really need to practice with the SWAT, and you need to know what you're doing. It's a little more difficult than the cat tourniquet. It's not something you would take over to Afghanistan in war, in battle, or the Middle East or something, but I think for civilian use, it's good. The other reason I like the SWAT is I have dogs, as I mentioned. I have kids with small limbs, and that cat tourniquet can't grab onto those really small limbs. So that's nice. The SWAT can also be used as a pressure bandage. It can be used as a sling. God forbid an emergency, you could always cut it in half and use it for 2 slings, but that's really dicey. It better be a real serious emergency. And there's also small med kits. Like this here is a small med kit from Live the Creed. I used to carry one of these every day. It's small, it's compact, goes in your back pocket, or even better in like cargo pants. If you wear cargo type pants, you want to throw it in one of those pockets. Those are very good. But again, I got to go back to training. I know I've said it a couple times already. Tourniquets are great, but if you don't know how to properly use them, high and tight on the joints, then it's kind of pointless. So you need to have one to carry, one to train, and do some training. So all right, number 5 is a bulletproof Suburban. I sold my Bronco and I bought, just kidding, ha 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 ha. Number 5 is a larger medical kits. To go along with the EDC medical I keep on me, I have a couple different larger medical kits in my car. This one here is from Medical Gear Outfitters. Medical Gear Outfitters is by far my favorite place to buy anything medical, tourniquet-ish type related stuff. Discount code for them is Tiberius. Save you a few bucks there. This one here is on the side of the center console in my car, and I can reach it even if I got like pinned in the car or something. As long as my arms are free, I can still reach it and pull it out if I need to. It's important, if you don't have one of these kits, buy one of these kits and then get the training to learn how to use it. If you have one of these kits, go through it real quick and make sure everything that you want in the kit is there and available. I say that because this cat tourniquet on the side, I don't think it came with it. I think I added it. I took it out to do a video and I forgot to put it in. So my main trauma kit in my car didn't have what I think is probably the most important part in there. Anyway, they have a bunch of different kits, smaller, larger, different ones. This one has some shears on the side if you need to cut. It has a rescue blanket. It has SWAT tourniquet, quick clot, nasal airway, a pressure bandage, chest seals, grip tape to tape up something, and then some regular plain pressure gauze. And again, all this stuff is great. It's wonderful. It could easily save somebody's life if help is minutes away, like that young lady on the on the bus, but if you don't have the knowledge to use it, it's kind of pointless. Another example, this is from my Medic, much bigger kit. This is kept in the back of my car. These are the only two in my car. This is more of a boo-boo kit than it is a trauma kit, even though it has a lot of trauma-related stuff. So you have a bunch of gloves in here. You have saline solution. You have liquid bandages, which are great, by the way. A bunch of different type of gauze. More gauze, more gauze. You have the heat blanket to keep somebody warm. If someone is experiencing some sort of trauma, they may be cold, and that may help them. You have a rat's tourniquet, which I hate, but it's in there. A whistle, chem lights, quick clot, chest seal, and then a whole bunch of bandages, Band-Aids. Every single size bandage and Band-Aid you can possibly think of. I don't have a discount code for my Medic. I do for Medical Gear Outfitters. And again, this stuff is wonderful, but if you don't know how to use it, it's absolutely pointless. All right, number 6. This is not going to be for everyone. This is soft armor, backpack armor. And a while ago, I switched from a Mission First tactical backpack, and I'm testing a Nightcore backpack. And Nightcore makes a great backpack. Who knew? But I forgot to swap my soft armor from one backpack to the other. And again, just not being on top of things, not paying attention. Again, discount code for Prime Armor is Tiberius if you want to save yourself a few bucks. Other companies make soft armor. There's a bunch of different sizes. And yes, you can fly with soft armor. So I've had this in my bag. I've had a version of this in my bags for well over 5 years, flown with them dozens and dozens of times. And just a nice little peace of mind. And I forgot to switch it when I switched bags. Slacker. All right. Last but not least, number 7 is going to be situational awareness. When this happened, I kind of realized that there's a bunch of different charts out here. I'll pull up a common one. I wasn't quite living in the white, clueless, but I wasn't living yellow-orange where I probably want to be. You can't stay in the red 24/7. I don't think that's healthy and doable. There's times where you need to be in the red, but I think everyday life in the yellow-ish, depending on the chart and your definition and your opinion, somewhere in that area. I think just being aware of your surroundings, being aware of what's going on, who's coming, who's going, who is acting fishy, weird body language. Don't live in your phone. I used to have a very strict thing. If I'm in public, I'm not on my phone. It can wait. I'll wait till I get home or in the car with the doors locked or something. And I kind of got away from that. So if I'm out in public and you see me on my phone, slap the phone out my hand for me, please, because I need to be not paranoid, just more aware. And going to the event on the bus where the woman from Ukraine died, medical and being aware. Somebody, if they weren't comfortable fighting off that gentleman, they could have at least helped her with some basic medical stuff, and who knows, maybe it could have saved her life. I don't know. The other thing I did was I reminded my wife and my kids, if I say get down or get behind me or whatever, what exactly that means. I don't want them, if say we're in church, worst case scenario, and I say get down, I don't want them to be like, get down, what do you mean, why, what's going on? When I say get down, I want them to get down, because if I'm shooting at someone, there's a good chance they're going to be shooting back, and they don't need any of that nonsense. So, all right, the last piece of advice I have for you is get some training. No, I'm just kidding. No more training talk. You already get the point on training. The last thing I want to encourage everybody is try to take the high road. Even when folks don't deserve the high road. Obviously, we saw and heard a lot of people make some really nasty comments about both of the scenarios I've talked about, Charlie Kirk and the woman on the bus, especially the Charlie Kirk ones. And then the responses to the people making the nasty comments, even if they may have deserved those things and they said really nasty things or done nasty things, it's not our job. So especially if you are a Catholic or if you follow Jesus and you believe that, you let him do the judging. That's something for him. Our job is to encourage everyone to love each other and to forgive and be as much like Jesus as we possibly can, knowing that we'll never be like Jesus, but try to be like Jesus as much as we can. I understand the anger and the hurt. When I saw that, both those incidents, I was very angry. I had to walk away for a few days before I could learn more about exactly what happened because I was so upset. And when I saw all the comments and all the distasteful things people were saying, it made me even more angry. But it's not our job to judge, and going back with anger at those people and threatening those people, even if you think they deserve it, which I kind of do, it's not the right thing to do. So even if they deserve it, let's not do it. Let's take the high road, be the bigger person, and treat them with love, even if it doesn't seem like they deserve it. That's what Jesus wants. Anyway, what else do I got to say? That's it. Be good, stay blessed, stay hydrated, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!